Hi, Sonia.
Hello, Nancy. How are you?
Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I love
Mhm.
your earrings.
Thank you. It's a champagne campaign
That's right, December
starting today.
31st. That's right. Drink up the champagne.
Yes.
Well, here's another fashion conversation, fashion observations of 2020. Since it's the end of the year, what we thought we would do is share with everyone all of the different fashion experiences that have been occurring this year, which have been quite a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
fashion, even during the pandemic, has been a topic of conversation, not just for fashion stylists and people like ourselves, but for everyone. So let's go through our top 20 lists and just discuss them a little bit of what we think we've been observing this year. Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Number one, everyone's a fashion influencer. The
Oh my
OOTD, outfit
God.
of
Of
the
the
day.
day.
Yes. So I don't know about you, but this ties in with YouTube. If you go on YouTube, there are so many people that are showcasing their sense of style.
Exactly. I mean, if this was the time to do it, we were just discussing before we went live how one of our famous or favorite fashion influencers went from 400 in March and she just reached 10,000.
Right, right. And these fashion influencers are really pretty good because
They are.
they are showing what they like. And that's what fashion is all about. Fashion is
Mhm.
personal. And if you are in their tribe and love it, you can jump on board. I know I have. I've been checking them all out. Yeah.
Me too. We shared so many together, so
Yeah. So I
it's
think
our
that's
new,
good.
it's our Netflix. It's our fashion
That's
Netflix.
right. That's our that's right. It's our Netflix. So that's a good one. And I think anyone out there who loves fashion and has the ability to showcase what they own, this is the time to do it. I think it's great. We all
I do
appreciate
too.
it. Okay. Number two, Vogue really is the fashion Bible. So what do you think I mean by that, Sonia?
I mean, Anna was already the prima donna before, but she really rules the kingdom on a global platform.
That's right.
Everything you want to know about fashion is at Vogue.
That's
And
right.
so, for those who really looked at the magazine or the online platform prior to the pandemic, it is now our go to must have resource for all things fashion.
That's right. And I think everything, a lot that I've posted about fashion and thought about fashion, Vogue is the first place I would go
Mhm.
because they have such a big influence globally. And of course, Anna Wintour, like you said, is just the queen of fashion.
Mhm.
So if you haven't looked at Vogue.com, Vogue Runway, Vogue magazine, any of those, please do because you'll get your fashion input for the day.
Yeah, and make sure you also check out the international Vogues. Like I
Right.
subscribe
Brazil,
to Vogue
India.
Italia, Vogue Paris.
I know.
Just look at what's going on around the world.
That's right.
So
Yeah. And
it's the
Vogue
grand
Asia
dame.
a lot. Yeah. So it's really good. So
It's
globally.
good.
All right. Number three, office clothes is what?
What? Who?
Office.
What?
Office.
What? What?
So those individuals that own suits, which there were some that still own like pantsuits and
No,
was
I know a
rocking the
lot of
makeup
them.
and
I know a
yeah,
lot of
actually,
them.
yeah. And getting up and putting on your work clothes, of
Correct.
course, is no longer because we're not going into an office anymore.
Hmm.
So that whole category, office clothes, has really, it's not even athleisure anymore. It's just become
Yeah.
mm-mm, yeah. Work. What is work close to you? Well, it's whatever you put on. And if you have a Zoom call, it could be,
Yeah.
right
Whatever
time.
whatever makes you feel confident and know that you are in performance mode.
That's right.
You can put it
And
on.
it really does depend on what your office situation is like. I do know some people that maybe are still going into an office, maybe once or
Mhm.
twice a week. But the majority, we're all pretty much virtual. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
there's no need
grateful.
That's right. That's
So
right. We are grateful. That's right. So when I used to say, that third piece, that blazer, that cardigan, making sure you reach that professional status with that third piece is no longer necessary.
mhm.
Really, it's not. All right. How about this one? This one I really like. Number 4, clothing is artwork, which I've always believed that when we get up to get dressed, we are dressing our bodies like a piece of artwork. And now I feel that individuals are taking advantage of that because they realize that, I'm not going to get dressed today, but when I do get dressed, it becomes a performance. Let me bring out the rolling rack. Let me get my pieces out.
Absolutely.
Let me do this. So I applaud that individuals, everyday individuals that maybe not be in fashion are really looking into clothing as something that they can celebrate and put on their bodies.
Right. It's an expression, an individual expression of art.
That's true. All right, number 5. Did you need to up your pajama game?
Girl, now you talking to the queen of loungewear. So for me, it was an excuse to up my pajama game because
That's right.
I've always been obsessed with loungewear. I think we talked about that in one of our previous videos,
You
but
did. Mm-hmm.
I looked for a reason. So absolutely, the pajama game
Right.
was up big time.
Yep. And that category, I think I've done 3 or 4 posts just on luxury pajamas, because not only do you feel comfortable during the day, but hey, if the Amazon person comes to your door and you open up the door, you don't feel like you look a hot mess. You
Right,
have on some real,
right. No house dress and rollers.
that's right, really great PJs. So that's a good one. Okay, number 6, shopping online is not all that bad for clothing. Now, the reason I have that experience on there is because I didn't really do a lot of shopping online for clothing. Books, I know, seriously, books,
I'm with you.
and maybe for clothing, I would rather go into the store. If I went online, I would go in. I love the experience of shopping in the store. So for me, shopping online for clothing ended up being not that bad.
Well, for me, I was a shop online person. So for two reasons. For two reasons though. So the first reason was I know my market and here locally in Charlotte. And so
Right,
if it was something that I knew was unique and I had a client that
right.
was based here, then that was great.
Okay.
But I am a time conscious person. And so a lot of my clients were not in the city. I have clients all over the US and one or
Right,
two that were global.
right,
So I relied heavily online shopping. And so I would study Vogue
right,
and I know the designers
right,
and I absolutely loved shopping online.
right.
And so I kind of knew I learned a lot about sizing,
Mhm.
UK, Denmark, Italy, things that we kind of knew, but we really had to put
Right.
and implement like real time.
That's
But
right.
I was in hog heaven. And so a lot of our colleagues were like, oh my God, I got to shop online. I'm like, where have you been? Like, this is bang for your buck here.
Well, there's
So
a difference.
there is a
I hear what
difference.
you're
And
saying. Yeah.
not to
There's
say that I do not like going into the stores,
yeah.
but my personality and style is like I was very focused. Like I'm going to see the Lafayette 148 fall trip
Mhm.
show, or I'm going to see Millie spring summer.
Right.
But I loved it. So I'm glad. I'm glad.
Well, when I say shopping online is not all that bad, I'm talking about for myself. Now,
Mm,
for clients, it's a different thing.
right.
I would shop online for them and send them photos and do my little
Yeah.
lookbooks and all of that. But for myself, I
Yeah,
truly enjoyed the experience. And where I live, there's every kind of store imaginable
exactly. You're
that
in
I,
Chicago. I'm in
yeah,
Charlotte. I'm
yeah.
like different ball game.
So I would love the experience of going to the stores for myself. But of course, for clients that are in different places, yeah, shopping online. But yeah, of course, everyone's doing it now. Okay, you'll love number 7, the fanny pack was my most used handbag during the pandemic. I
Yeah.
never thought I would have said something like that, but because of daily walks and
Yeah.
then ending up at Target or wherever I would go, I would have this fanny crossbody pack on me or around my waist. And I'm thinking, oh, that's something I would have never thought of.
Yeah, the fanny pack. I don't have one.
Oh, what do you do
I
when you go
do, wait
walking?
a minute. I do realize that there's a lot of great ones out there,
Uh-huh.
but it reminds me of when I had small kids in the 80s and early 90s. It
Uh-huh.
wasn't cute. Now I know they've come a long
Yeah,
way. So for me, my fanny pack became my crossbody all the
right.
time.
That's right.
So unless I get like a Chanel fanny pack or
Well,
let me
my
try
fanny pack is actually pretty solid black. It's not a design
perfect.
thing. And
It's
it's
perfect.
got something.
Millie makes a good one, by the way. Millie makes a solid black one that I
Yeah,
love. And
and
it's
I
very
used it
reasonable.
as a crossbody fanny pack.
Hmm.
It was something that I never even considered before because there was always the great handbag that you would carry.
Correct.
But because of the pandemic, if you're going out for a swift walk, you don't want to be carrying a purse, but yet you want to have your phone, you want to have your AirPods, you want to maybe tissue, and of course, hand sanitizer,
Correct.
little things like that. And I realized that's what I would carry would be the fanny pack. I
I'm
thought,
not opposed to it. I'm not
oh yeah,
opposed
I
to it.
know, but I
So
just said
that makes me think
experience.
because I am walking more because I
What did
really need to get out. And I have like the phone for the music or book.
yeah,
I do need the tissue. And there's only so many pockets in those leggings.
that's right. That's why, yeah,
That
that's
might be a
exactly
one for
right.
me.
That's right. All
Great.
right. Number 8, my footwear of choice is my fluffy slippers with the grid sole.
Mine too. Mine too. I got a pair for my birthday this year in September, and I've worn them out
I
to
know.
Target. I'm obsessed.
Actually, mine was from, how they have those deals and steals from the TV shows, and you
Oh,
get
yeah.
a really good bargain. I don't know if this was from after watching The View, and they have all of these different items you can buy, and they had those slippers. And of course, they sold out like crazy. It
Of
came in all
course.
different colors. And now it's like double the price. It was 50% off then. I know it's like $48 now if you go online, but
Who
it was
were
like
they by?
$24. Yeah. So, and I got a gray pair. Wish I would have gotten another color, but yeah, they're great. And because of the grit sole, if you happen to step outside, you don't feel
Love
bad
them.
that you have.
Yeah. I'm stepping out a lot, all the way to Target and the
That's right.
like it's crazy. I was like athleisure, fluffy slippers, sunshades. I'm good.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I would say that is the number one shoe for 2020.
I would say so. So everyone has their slipper of choice, but
Yes.
it is the comfy slipper.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9, graphic tees. Tees with sayings have grown in popularity. And when I say tees with saying, I got the John Lewis one. Um, you
Yes.
know, John Lewis. Oh gosh, how come I can't think of
What
the
was it? What did it say?
um, good trouble, get in good
Good
trouble.
trouble.
Yeah,
Yes. Get into good
John
trouble.
Lewis. And then I got one that said love. There's the
Mhm.
kindness. Be a better.
I got the one that says Deltas for Kamala Harris.
That's deltas for Kamala Harris. Of course, we can get into the political one.
Yeah, we did. I got all kind of teas. And then of course I have champagne campaign for 2021.
That's right.
It's
Be
my
Yep,
regular one. Yeah.
champagne campaign. Yeah. Be a better human.
Yeah.
And it's
Love.
not that we probably never bought these kinds of teas before, but we're actually wearing them.
Yeah, we are. It's an expression of
It's an expression.
where we what we stand for.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
it's a twofold. It's fashion and
Right.
it's an expression.
That's right. So I really hope that one continues because I know J. Crew has always had some fabulous teas, graphic teas, whether it's of mountains and nature and great sayings. And they used to have, and they still do, a table filled with just graphic tees.
Yeah.
But now everyone has gotten on that bandwagon. Even if you go on Instagram, there's smaller designers that are making their tees. So you can support them too.
Correct.
All right. Number 10, Audible books, even in fashion, and Audible podcasts. So, and I don't know if this is because I teach fashion online. I've really gotten into like the Vogue Audible podcasts with Hamish Bowles is the
Mm-hmm.
narrator.
Good
I've
one.
gotten into Dressed, the history of fashion. Um,
You actually taught me a lot. I just have to take a little caveat here. When I took your history of fashion class many years ago at a
yeah,
conference,
yeah.
became obsessed. I was like, it's because of you
I love
that
this.
I make sure I put that in all of my training and like all of my things with my clients and students.
Oh
So
yeah, it's a big
thank
one.
you. Yeah.
You're welcome. But yeah, the two young ladies are out of New York City that do that podcast. And I think they're working on their PhDs or masters. I think it must
Mhm.
be PhD, but they started this podcast. So it's almost like getting into, the final. And it's really, really interesting. But I find myself listening to Audible so much more, mainly because of the time, I would say, and still listening to fashion on Audible too. So,
Yeah. So it's interesting because I'm a typical tangible person. Like
oh
I
yeah.
like the book. Why do I still pay for Audible for things like that or a podcast? But I don't know. I'm an old soul when it comes to books.
Well,
I
you can
don't
see
listen.
behind me that.
I mean, I
Uh,
see. And I have a litany of magazines where
oh,
you
me
know
too. I do that too. Yeah,
I don't know what to do with them. So
but I'm talking about fashion podcasts, but like with all these memoirs that are out too.
yes.
Like
Yes.
even I'm jumping over to Barack Obama's A Promised Land. I actually have both. I have the physical, tangible book.
You have both of them?
Well, I
I
have.
have the 700-page book.
Yeah, I have the book, but then when I say both, I have the Audible too.
I
And
don't have the Audible.
he narrates, and
I
it's
heard.
really good. Yeah. So I'll listen to it when I'm walking, and then I'll come back and mark it in the page where I am. So in case I'm reading. But yeah, that is one that is both Audible and book. So you're right. But
Okay.
Audible's good.
Audible's
All right.
always good.
Number 11 kind of ties in with the Audible, but it's on YouTube, podcast, Calm app, TED Talks. How many of these platforms have you increased since the pandemic, if any at all? I know they've
Several.
seen an increase.
Several. They have had to see an increase. I
Mhm.
mean, from my don't judge, my daily horoscope.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
It's very important between the moon and what's happening in Saturn because I'm like, okay, this is crucial. So my moon and crystals are a daily read. I practice meditation, so I do subscribe to TM, which is a transcendental meditation app. My
Mm.
husband is now on Calm after several years of telling him he needs to meditate, but I'll
Now
take it.
he does come. Hey, that's good.
Yeah, I will take it. Headspace was a gift that I've given to a couple of people for the holiday.
Right, right. Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing that I feel a person needs or desires that they cannot enter in through an app.
That's right. That's right. That's true nowadays.
Yeah.
So some of the fashion podcasts, I have it here that I have listened to, maybe
I'm
on
listening.
is Little Gold Men by Vanity Fair. So I don't know if
Oh, do
so,
tell.
so like today their topic is Kristen Milotti and Jason Woolener on two of the year's best comedies.
Hmm.
Another fashion one is, well, this is interior design, the style files.
I'm obsessed with interior design, like OBSESSED.
So you would like the style files?
Obsessed.
podcast. That's interior design.
Style Files, yes.
Mhm. And then Even the Rich is kind of a fun podcast. And then there's Vogue in the 1990s.
Yeah, I actually listened to that one.
Gucci podcasts.
Of course, Alejandro Michele, of course.
Your Talks. And then, of course, we talked about Dress, the history of fashion, the Vogue podcast. And those are just some that are fashion, but you can get your fashion fix anywhere.
Anywhere.
Right. All right. Number 12. We're on 12 already. Oh, luxury consignment. The Real Real, First Dibs, Farfetch, The Yes. What else is out there?
I have a new one.
Oh.
I was really excited, so I'm going to find it really quickly here.
All right.
And I said, oh my God, they opened up a real store in Miami, and it is called
Privé
Porter.
Privé
Porter opens the first upscale Miami mall and another secondhand here to stay. So Privé Porter, FYI, is where Kris Jenner gets a lot of her Hermes. A lot of the celebrities get a lot of their couture handbags because not only is their standard super high, a lot of them still have the tags on them. So Privé Porter is one that I've recently discovered.
All right.
And am super excited to look in. And it was mentioned in Forbes magazine.
Of course. Okay, then I'll add that to.
Yes.
I know First Dibs was something that a lot of celebrities was using too. And I looked into that and that was pretty good.
Been on First Dibs for years for furniture and art.
Furniture. How about the Real Real? Of course.
Love them.
Real Real.
My good friend is the rep here in the area for Real Real.
And then, of course, Net-a-Porter. We know about that one. Now, the Yes is new. And I did one order from that, but I haven't done a whole lot with them.
I don't know. I'm on the wait and see.
Okay. And then, of course, the fashion influencers, they have Farfetch. They use a lot of Farfetch and
Moda Operandi.
Moda Operandi, right. So, but luxury, you can now get.
Luxury is accessible. And it's really interesting because I was thinking about that because I just 2 years ago, my husband reminded me, I got my Master of Arts in Luxury and Fashion Management from SCAD. And I thought luxury, even in the short time that I've been out, especially this year, has shifted.
That's right.
And it's so accessible than maybe in the past years. But interestingly enough, that luxury is now based on experiences, which I can really appreciate. And if you want anything tangible, then the resellers they've upped their game. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, luxury, people are looking more into investments now too. So for a woman, a great handbag that they never probably would have thought of before, they're thinking, okay, I'm going to get that luxury piece. I know Monroe Steele, the fashion influencer, just did a post on her Cartier experience where she actually had to make an appointment and she went into the store. And just like he said, it was an experience. So her whole YouTube was on going into the store, showcasing how they waited on her and everything for her experience to buy this $1,800 ring. But it was just very interesting, the packaging and how they treated her. And like you said, it is an experience. And this is the time to go about doing it and getting what you want in luxury.
I agree. I do agree.
Number 13. Now, this is something that is kind of sad, but bras have become not a necessity.
Obsolete.
Coming from where I came from with selling expensive bras.
You were.
Being a bra fitter and getting out there and getting women to make sure that their foundations are still very important, which it truly is, but so many women have just ditched their bras now, and they just don't even care.
That would be myself.
So
I am so over the bra. I was like, oh my God, can they see me? Can they not? Is my triangle really good here? Because, the
I know.
girls like to swim freely.
I know it's sad. And, when I say bras have become not a necessity, it's because we're wearing loungewear, we're wearing
Mhm.
pajamas, and we're at home. And usually, like, one of the first things I know, Joy from The View, that's one of the things
Yeah,
she used to
that's my
always say.
girl.
I'm going home, and what are you doing? I'm going to take off my bra.
Yeah.
So, and it's unfortunate because foundations and, of course, bras are really very important. But, you can't blame a person for being at home and not wanting to wear a bra. So,
No bras.
that industry. Ooh.
I know. I'm an NB girl, no bra.
All right.
Only when required.
That's right. That's right. So bras, well, I think some people will still wear them, of course.
Yeah, and some people need it. So you have to think about it. We wear, most of us, or many of us, I can't say, wear bras for support and like just to look
Yeah,
appropriate.
that's right. Definitely. Because I know some women who wore it to bed.
Yes, there were many women who wore it to bed. So
Mm,
if you still need support,
that's right.
then you need support.
That's right.
A lot can happen.
That's right. That's right. So we'll see what happens with bras. But yeah,
Yeah.
that has been one change since this whole pandemic, of course. That's one. Pajamas have gone up and bras have gone down. All right,
Sounds
14,
like a lot.
lipstick. Once the number one makeup choice due to mask are kind of just for Zoom calls or at home. But if you're going out, that's the last thing you would put on because you're putting on your mask. I know.
I had to clutch my pearls on this because I am a diehard lipstick person.
But when did you buy any new lipstick during the pandemic?
I did. I
Oh,
bought
you
new
did? Okay.
red lips. So
Okay.
I am still a diehard red lip girl.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's soft for today, but I am like, it's my signature thing. So, but what I have done is that you think about, someone says, I'm not spending $30 on a lipstick. I'm like, but are you on Zoom calls? Are you on
Yeah.
meetings?
Zoom
You have
calls.
to think that the communication center is right here.
That's right.
What I have done differently is upped my eyeshadow game.
That's right. Your
And
eyes.
I've never been an eyeshadow person, like other than mascara.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still learning to blend and contour. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, like you said, makeup is still very important for Zoom calls and
Mhm.
lipstick too. But lipstick, when we're wearing out and about, especially in the summer when we were out more, we didn't wear a lot of lipstick because of the mask. And then by the time you take off your mask, you're eating,
Right.
or that's what you're doing. So, yes, we're still buying lipstick. And of course, it will always be the thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm sad. I put on lipstick. So there's a caveat because I'm so obsessed with lips.
Yeah.
Is even when I take my virtual workout classes or
Yep.
teach,
Yeah.
I got my lips on, boo.
What? Hey, we got to. We got
I
to.
have your lips. Yeah.
So that goes to the next one. 15 is mask. How many masks do you own? Because you never would have thought about buying tons of masks before.
Mhm.
But now at one point, I counted, I had 21 different like fashion masks. And I
Gosh.
ended up giving several away, as gifts.
Yeah.
And now I think I still have 15. And when I do go out, I make it a point to put on the right mask
Yeah.
that matches my outfit because
Yeah.
it's just become so important and it is part of your outfit. So you would have never thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So I think that was 15, right?
I
Yeah.
think so.
16. Designers are embracing humans' varying body sizing. What size one wears depends on who is making the garment, of course. So I'll use an example from my purchase at Free People, and Free People does run pretty large, but normally a size medium, I ended up getting an extra small because it's just running so huge. So the tiny people were complaining because they're like, oh, I can't wear this. But then you have plus size people who are saying, this is fabulous, finally found something that works. So it's not only those companies that are catering to more body sizes like a universal standard that do that. I think all manufacturers and vendors are looking towards enlarging their sizes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree. So 2 years ago, when I finished my master's, my thesis literally was on specifically Gucci and inclusive size.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
so I had really done the work and had worked, relied heavily on 11 Honore and Patrick Herring, who's the CEO who founded that, to
Uh-huh.
get designers to offer extended sizes
That's right.
from a designer level, not just the bags and the shoes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
really. So it's interesting to see over the past couple of years that inclusivity in sizes
Yep,
has really expanded.
that's right.
And I continue to watch and see if a major couture house will be the first one. And I'm
I
banking
know.
on Gucci.
I know. Well, I think hasn't Tory Burch done something?
Tory, a lot of them. So if you go to 11, the number Honore,
Yeah, yeah.
Honore,
Uh-huh.
Patrick's done an amazing job of them, a lot of high-end designers doing capsules
Right.
just
Exactly. That's
for
what it is. Yeah.
that particular, website.
Yeah.
But it's it's always been in our face, but
And
now it's
now, I
it's
know.
very prevalent, yeah, to the masses. And you
So
know,
it's a good
extend,
thing.
yeah, extended sizes is a size over a size 10.
I know. I know. Well,
Girl,
when they say large, they're saying 8 to 10 medium, 12, 14, 16, 12, 14 large, extra large.
16, right, it's
Yeah,
16.
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even Vogue magazine has, I don't know the model's name. It's not Ashley Graham because I know she just had a baby. It's
Mm-hmm.
another model who is considered oversized. And when you look at her, you're like, that's
She
not
just she just ate breakfast.
that. I mean, maybe she's a 12 at the most, but yeah. So
Yeah.
I think
I'm glad to see that happen. I'm
yeah.
very glad to see that happen.
And hopefully there's more designers other than Christian Siriano who's going to reach out
Tons.
to,
Jason Wu has done
right,
amazing.
to reach
Jonathan
out to,
Colley has done great work.
right.
Mara Hoffman, like they've really stepped up to the plate.
Cool. All right, 16, Zoom dressing. I know I've sent out plenty of Zoom tops to people to concentrate on your upper torso from the top up wearing color. So Zoom dressing,
I
people are
agree.
just concentrating. And they said, I read somewhere about the number of blouses and tops that women are buying. That whole category has just boomed. Because
I
look,
agree.
you're just seeing from the top up.
Yes, I love it. I've done a lot of Zoom trainings either for corporate
Mm-hmm.
organizations or private individuals. And I know the first few months of pandemic when Zoom was like very new,
Yeah.
I would have 3 to 4 Zoom consults a week
I
on
know
Zoom.
because people
And
just
then talking about our triangle. So
right. That's right. Okay, 17 virtual fashion weeks. Remember Fashion Week? And that was something that I thought was, oh, this is going to be so sad. But I was able to see more fashion
Mhm.
shows this year because of everything being online. It was fabulous.
It was amazing.
It was so cool just to sit down and watch the shows. And some designers really got creative
Hmm.
with even, their presentations online. So in a way, it's sad that we couldn't get together, but I think it was a blessing too, because
Yeah. Expanded more opportunity.
oh my God, there were so many designers I got to see, as opposed to later on,
Standing in
after.
line, making
Mhm.
sure your name's on the list.
Right.
We know
So
Fashion Week all too well.
I know. So that's a plus. Okay, number 18, the swift closing of department stores. J. Crew, Neiman Marcus, Brooks Brothers, J.C. Penney all filed for bankruptcy. Um, and then now J.C. Penney is even closing more stores. Lord and Taylor shut down all of their stores.
Yeah.
Century 21 shuttered in September. I know that was like a store. That was part of our tour
Yeah.
when I took the students to New York Fashion Week.
It
So
was it was
yeah,
nostalgic. It was part of Fashion Americana.
I know, I know,
Very sad.
it is. And then of course there's more, like I even heard, Pier One, they probably have already gone.
They've
Even
closed. I've gotten one or two things before they shut the stores. And Steinmart shut
Steinmart.
down.
What
Hmm.
about Bed Bath and Beyond? I think they're closing stores
They're
too.
closing stores. Yeah.
Yeah, so even the smaller chains are, like suffering too. So
But
I
you know what it really makes us consider? I mean, the large chains are closing, but for me, and I've always, as a small business owner, kind of thought of this, it kind of has us shift towards our local small business
right,
owners
that's right.
and our local boutiques who provide, better service, maybe not as large of an inventory, but they can get it for you. So
Right.
it's really been beneficial in a sense that you can kind of shift your mindset to support your local boutiques and retailers.
That's right. And it really does make way for those new designers, those
Mhm.
small new designers that now it's not that you're forced, but you want to look elsewhere
Yeah,
because the big guys may not be there. So you're going to find somebody new. And so it forces you, it makes way for a lot more
I
individuals
agree.
to
I agree.
really express
Mhm.
their love and fashion. All right. 19. ThreadUp. You've heard of ThreadUp.
Oh, yes, I've heard of ThreadUp.
They found that 50% of people have cleaned out their closets during the pandemic.
I think it's higher than that, but
It
okay.
probably is now. I just read that, and that was just from ThreadUp. But I know at the beginning of the pandemic, that's all we were doing was closet cleanouts. So
That me.
yeah, even virtually, I was doing closet.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did quite a few virtuals. That's probably why my closet is still
Yeah, I
not
mean,
done.
yeah. And then speaking of ThreadUp, they received so many secondhand clothes because of closet cleanouts.
Mhm.
So it's just like, hold it, no more. I know I sent several bags to them, and then it was like, no more, you can't send any more because they were just overloaded.
I
So
got to do a moratorium on those
that's right.
and see
But
what.
I think it's good because not only does the closet clean out help you to be organized with your own clothing, it gives others the opportunity to get clothing that you weren't wearing. It's great.
I agree.
And last but not least, I don't know if it's really an experience, but it's just the fact of being respectful, generous, kind, and grateful for what you already have. And getting back to closet clean out, looking to see that, hey, I already have all of this. I don't need any more. Let me share the wealth.
How many black pants do I own?
Exactly.
White button downs.
That's right.
Seriously.
Yeah. So hopefully this year in fashion, it's not going away. As a matter of fact, I know fashion is really still very important. And it's just given us that opportunity to really look at what we really truly do wear
Mhm.
and experience that. And it's not really minimalism, but it is utilizing your pieces in a more of a format that you repeat them more often,
Right.
and know how to make your outfits look really great for you.
I think
And,
it invokes creativity in
oh,
all of us.
definitely,
And it definitely thinks about how can you repurpose an item before you even purchase it,
that's right.
which we've talked about and we teach our clients all the time.
That's
Like if it
right.
doesn't go with 5 or 7 things in your closet, then you need to complete the outfit purchase.
That's right.
Really.
Yeah, and think about, do you really need this? Marie
Yeah.
Kondo would say, does it spark joy? There's other, terms that you can use that, is this something that I'm going to wear? You
Yeah. Do
know,
I feel fabulous every time I put this
that's
on?
right, right. Do I really want this?
Mhm.
So that is 2020
Yes.
experiences.
Bye, 2020.
Hello, 2021.
Yes.
So
However that looks, but it has to be prayerfully better than 2020.
it will be.
Yeah.
I know it will be. So, and in fashion, I know we'll continue to see these great new designers out there, great new fashion looks.
Mhm.
Genderless fashion is becoming the
Very
norm.
big. Yes.
Very, very big. Neutral fashions, uh,
Androgynous. Yeah.
androgyny, yeah,
Androgyny.
all of that.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we have a
Yeah.
lot to look forward to. And then, of course, more fashion conversations. Who knows what the next
I
topic may
know. We
be,
must come together in January next
right?
year.
But we've covered a
Okay.
lot, from handbags to footwear to coats to loungewear,
Yeah,
right?
we
And
have.
now just experiences. So I thank
Yeah.
you,
Thank
fellow
you.
stylist, image consultant,
Yes, the same. My
fashion.
favorite colleague that I
So,
learned so much from.
oh, we all. And that's another thing. We all have learned so much this year.
Mhm.
Um, just even watching, I didn't know I was going to be watching YouTube so much with fashion,
I
but
became a subscriber to many channels.
exactly everything that's out there, YouTube, podcasts,
YouTube,
oh,
yeah. Da, 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 da.
crazy. But yeah, it's there. So, and of course, print. I still love my Vogue magazine. So,
Me too. I'm an old school girl.
me too.
I need to touch it.
That's right.
Yeah. So
So, Happy New Year. Have a
happy
wonderful
New Year
rest
to
of
you
the
as well,
day.
everyone.
All right.
Excited. Have a good one, Nancy. I'll
All
see you in
right.
2021.
Stay in style for
I
sure.
will. Yours in style. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.